Hi, everybody, and welcome to an exciting Envision webinar. We're just giving a few more minutes for folks to join us, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you. Hello, everybody. How are you? It's Vanessa here from Envision, and our September webinar is happening in October. Thank you for understanding. We pushed the webinar back for a week for a very good reason, and the Cartex can tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But in the meanwhile, we actually have a really exciting program. I always say that at the beginning of the webinar, but this one's quite different. It's actually going to be brought to you by humans and machines. Our AI assistant, Ally, is going to be very much participating in this webinar. We have been talking about Ally, and we're very, very excited to actually show you our allies today and let you hear them and even ask them some questions. It is technology, so be with us. We are doing it live. So the program for today is pretty much straightforward, except that, as I say, our guests are our allies, AI assistants. And then we are going to be going under the hood with Kartik to tell us what's going on the roadmap for the Envision products. We're then going to have a Q&A session, and that is for everybody. So please hold your questions to that. But I'm actually going to have my ally, called Ella, actually tell us about the housekeeping today. So Ella, can you tell us about the housekeeping for today's webinar? Let's give her a moment. Ella, are you with us? Just going to try that one more time. Bear with me, guys. Okay. I think you all know the housekeeping pretty well anyway from previous webinars, but I just want to introduce you to Ella. She can be a little temperamental and she's quite feisty, a bit like its owner. So let's see how we get on. Hi, Ella, are you there?
Of course, I'm here. How can I assist you today?
Naturally. Ella, can you tell us what the housekeeping is for today's webinar? And please speak clearly.
Certainly. Today's event is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. We'll address as many questions as possible during the Q&A session at the end. If you're invited to speak, mute and unmute yourself with Alt+A for Windows and Command+Shift for Mac. You can ask questions via the Q&A window or use the raise hand function with Option+Y on Mac and Alt+Y on Windows.
Fantastic. Gave me a chance to have a cup of tea there. But anyway, one other thing that Ella forgot to say, but on YouTube, please use the chat function if you're joining us there. So that was my assistant. I call her Ella, and I based her on the late Maggie Smith, fabulous British actress who recently passed away. So in honor of Maggie, this is my assistant. But I'm going to pass it over now to Kartik. We've got both our co-founders with us today, which is great. So we've got Kartik Cannon and Kartik Mahavan, both with their assistants. So actually, it's like double gangers. Guys, take it away. Tell us about Ally.
Awesome. Yeah, no, super excited to be here and doing this webinar. So I would first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you for showing up in large numbers to this very exciting webinar of Envision. In this webinar, we sort of go a bit deeper into Ally. We'll do a couple of demos. We'll do it live, so things can always go wrong. But at least you get a taste of what is it that we're trying to do with Ally. For those of you who don't know, Ally is a conversational and a personal assistant that you can have in all the devices that you use. And the things you can do with Ally is you can basically speak to it, you can talk to it and ask a question, and an ally will figure out what is the best way to answer the question that you're asking and give you the answer. Now, this can be a question about a general piece of information, or it can be a question that is personal to you. It can be a question about about like things around you, about things in front of you. We are basically building Ally as the ultimate question and answer engine. That all of the questions that you ask, it can actually answer to you in the fastest and the best way possible. In addition to just answering a question, we also add a bit of your personalization to it, and we do that in your two ways. On your one hand, Ally is personal because it understands information about you in a personal way. So you're not just speaking to a TTS, you actually are talking to somebody who understands information about you. So it has access to information about you that you are okay to offer. It can access your agenda, it can access like a calendar, it can access any of a dietary preferences that you might have. So all of that is what your ally has access to, and can use that to answer your questions in the most insightful way possible. And allies also have a personality. So in addition to just being able to answer a question, you can define how you want like the questions to be answered. Do you want them to be sassy, over the top? Do you want them to be straightforward and to the point? So you get to define exactly how you want your ally to behave, and you can adjust it in as many different ways and combinations as possible. You can also pick the voice and everything, so you can always have a personalized assistant for you. Lastly, the idea behind Ally is that it's an assistant that will be available to you everywhere. So we are building it in such a way that you can use it on your phone, you can use it on like glasses, you can use it on the web. So you sort of have this a singular entity that you can interact with across all of these different devices and platforms that you use, and have access to information across all of these. So without much further ado, I'm going to introduce my ally. So this ally of mine is called Alfred, and he has the personality of Alfred from the Batman comics. So it's sort of like personifies that English butler kind of an accent, and it basically sort of helps me with a whole bunch of tasks, right? So let me just start up my assistant, which is on your phone at the moment, and let's have a conversation with Alfred, and you have him explain a few things to us. Hey Alfred, are you there? Hey Alfred, can you hear me? Alfred is being just a tad bit unavailable at the moment, and like with all live demos, it takes a while.
Can you help me plan the
Hey
menu
Alfred,
for
are
the
you
dinner
there?
with my bouldering friends? I'm always at your service, Master Karthik.
All right, so there we have it. Alfred, I'm doing a webinar demonstrating Ally to over 200 attendees at the moment. Is it a good idea to do a live your demo?
Yes, a live demo could effectively showcase your product's capabilities, especially with a significant audience. However, ensure it's well prepared to avoid any technical issues.
All right, we're not well prepared, but we're gonna do it anyways. So, Alfred, how about you go and ahead and introduce yourself to the like the webinar attendees?
Greetings, everyone. I am Alfred, an assistant to Karthik Mahadevan. Devan, founder and CEO of Envision. Thank you for joining us today as we explore the innovative AI tools designed to empower individuals with visual impairments. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Awesome, Alfred. Can you also give the audience an overview of what are the things that you can help me out with?
I am delighted to assist you, Master Karthik. I can help manage your schedule, draft communications, provide reminders, and offer any necessary support with your endeavors, including the wonderful work at Envision.
Awesome. Alfred, can you please like help me, or can you please remind me of what I'm doing tomorrow evening?
You have invited your bouldering friends for dinner.
Oh yes, that's right. Can you make a suggestion for what I can make for a dinner tomorrow?
Certainly, sir. May I suggest a protein-rich dinner to align with your dietary goals? Grilled chicken with quinoa salad and a variety of roasted vegetables could be a delightful option.
Sorry,
Especially,
I am like I have a friend who is like a vegetarian. Do you probably have a vegetarian option that you could suggest?
certainly. How about a hearty vegetable lasagna with a side of garlic bread?
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you tell me the ingredients I might need to your shop from the supermarket for that?
Sure. You will need chickpeas, cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion, lemon juice, olive oil, and parsley.
Awesome. Alfred, thanks a lot. That was super helpful. Before you go, do you have a goodbye a message for the attendees of the webinar?
Certainly. Farewell, everyone. And remember, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Keep striving for greatness.
Thank you, Alfred. We'll speak to you soon. So that was Alfred. You're charming as ever. And yeah, if you could observe, that was all a demo. So he was both understanding what was the question that I was asking and being able to answer to me pretty snappily, right? That was almost a real time your question and answer to everything that I was asking of Alfred. And that's the kind of like latency and a speed that you can expect. I can also just interrupt Alfred anytime he's talking, so I don't have to listen to him just sort of go on about some things that I'm not interested in. So it all your works you're as good as just having a conversation with somebody in a real time, and you could ask him a whole bunch of stuff that was around you. But now let's explore another ally. So I'm gonna hand off the mic to Karthik Kannan, who has his own ally with his own set of personalities. So let's go ahead and bring on another ally into the webinar.
All right. Okay. So, like Karthik mentioned, Ally is something that works real time. You can have a conversation with it, and it can also see things around you, and it can not just interpret images, but eventually we want Ally to also work with video. So you could just like take 10-second videos and ask Ally what you see, and then Ally can go ahead and let you know as well. And hopefully, pretty soon we can also do that with live video. So there's a lot of interesting things we can do with Ally, and one of my favorite things about Ally is the fact that you can really customize it, and Ally is not going to really judge you about what kind of personality you give it, right? And so I'm going to introduce you to my Ally. Her name is Dali, and so let's talk to her. Just setting it up.
Buongiorno, Karthik. How's the theater-loving, glasses-making genius today? What can this emotional...
Wait, okay, so I want you to introduce yourself. I'm actually in a webinar that's got over 200 attendees, so shoot away.
Don't mind if I do. I'm the magnificent Dali, your comical Italian flame from the 1930s. I sprinkle my wise yet wicked humor wherever I go. Tell those 200 souls to hold onto their seats because I'm a show they didn't see coming. Go ahead, introduce me. We can handle it all at once, like a pizza with everything on it.
Okay, so I've got this piece of paper in front of me. Can you tell me what's written on it?
Karthik, my friend. It says, hello, webinar attendees. Sounds like you're up to impress the masses, huh? Or are you here to put them to sleep with your theatrics? Either way, try not to fuck it up.
Okay, wait. What do you want to say to all the webinar attendees? Give them a nice greeting, your style.
My dear webinar attendees, welcome to this riveting episode of My Boss Forced Me Into This While I Could Be Napping. I hope you're ready to dive into the world of whatever this is about. If not, well then, it's going to be a hell of a ride. Just remember, smile, nod, and pretend you're having the best time of your life. Classic theater trick. Enjoy your electronic gathering, you masochists.
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to meet a few of my friends tonight in Amsterdam. Do you think I should carry a rain jacket with me?
Hey, with a 30% chance of rain, I say take the damn jacket. Better to be prepared than soaked like a sad pasta. Enjoy the night, though.
Okay. Since you're so sassy, I want you to do like the nicest possible roast of me you can imagine.
Oh, Karthik, you magnificent multitasker. Founder, actor, chef, and part-time astronaut? Or was it photographer? You juggle so many hobbies, I'm surprised you haven't started a circus. You know, with all these talents, I'd think you'd have invented a gadget to automate time itself. But look at you, just being an ordinary overachiever, probably tripping over greatness every time you walk to the kitchen.
Wait.
Bless
You're super nice to me. I was thinking you'd go ahead and roast me.
Hey, Karthik, the tech wizard who moonlights as Captain Cook and a wannabe Shakespeare. You're a theater-loving, picture-snapping, storytelling maker of glasses that give vision. Does that mean you can finally see how ridiculous you look trying to balance all those hobbies? But hey, don't be an asshole.
Okay.
Someone...
Yeah, that's a little too much. Okay, as a final note to the webinar attendees, say something nice about me. You know a lot about me, so go ahead.
Karthik, you magnificent bastard. You're out there creating smart glasses for the blind. What a legend. Between acting and saving the world, you're practically a superhero.
Okay, thank you for the ego boost there, Dali. So I'll talk to you later. Ciao.
Ciao, Karthik. Keep being that awesome theater-loving, photo-snapping genius you are. Catch you later,
Okay.
pal.
All right, so yeah, that was Dali, and she just went ahead and roasted me live in front of 200 people. So that's a first for me, and this is all this is all real. This is all right now. We're going to be rolling this out to people. We've already have people on the beta who are using it at the moment, and we're going to be rolling this out over the coming week to everybody who has signed up for a beta of the Ally. So if you have not done that, please go ahead and sign up for a beta at ally.me and make your own Dalis. Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was like a demo of it. We are still going to sort of keep our allies active. So if any of you who are watching, if they have a question for either Alfred or for like Dali, you feel free to ask. We will ask anything that you would like to ask your Alfred or your Dali, to them, and we'll see how well they do, right? And that was a quick demo just to show the range of possibilities that we have. But I think the biggest advantages it can have is that you can ask very specific information about the world around you. So if you're looking for a specific piece of information, you can simply be holding up a menu and ask for what is the price of a cappuccino. You can ask for, hey, Yola, which way is like the exit sign, or is there like a trash can in the room? And it has the capability to understand your visual information, but also follow that through in a conversation with you, right? So you're always in a conversation, your thread, with Ally, and it's always you're working off a constant stream of images. So you can sort of stream that, string that, and just have a conversation, which is almost as good as having a conversation with a person on the other end who is like looking through the camera of your phone or your glasses. So that's the thing that we're trying to build. We're ironing out some of the chinks to make it scalable and available to everybody. Just some of you who are already are on the beta of of Ally, which was previously known as Envision Assistant, have probably interacted with this. We're coming with this whole your seamless experience out and scaling it to a lot more people. So we will be sort of pushing this out as a beta first. So if you're out there, this is something that we are doing our best to push out as quickly as possible. So yeah, over the next few weeks, you should expect this beta to hit your phones. If you are somebody who has not yet signed up to be a beta tester, please go to ally.me. That's ALLY.me, and there is a form there that you can fill out if you are interested in testing out a beta version of Ally. We'll start with rolling it out on the phone, but it will eventually also be on the glasses and the web. We are all hands on deck with Ally at Envision right now. So hopefully this gets rolled out to all of you very, very soon. With that, we want to open up the Q&A. So if any of you have a question that you would like to ask, there are a few ways to ask us a question. You can ask us a question either directly by raising your hand. So there is a raise hand function within a webinar. If you do that, we will invite you over into the panel and you can ask your question to us directly. There is a Q&A function here. So by using the Q&A function, you can also just write the questions that you have and we will answer them live. We're also monitoring the comments on YouTube. So if you are somebody who is watching this webinar on like YouTube, just drop us a comment and we will be answering all of that here. We already have things blowing up, so let's start going through some of the questions that we can then start to answer. There is a question from a Joseph Weekland who asks if the Ally app can be used on the phone and the glasses. Will the phone have a separate app or will it be integrated into the Envision app? Joseph, it will be a separate app to begin with. So there is going to be your separate app called Ally. It will currently only be available as a beta. So you will have to install it through a test flight, a link that we'll be sending out soon. So it will currently be a standalone separate app. Eventually, the idea would be to integrate all of this together into a singular app. There's an anonymous a question who asks, how do you manage the privacy concerns with Ally, specifically on the integration I mentioned, like where does the data go? Is it moved or copied, and other movement of devices could also be tokenized data. We do handle data very, very sensitively, here at Envision. Especially being in the EU, the whole GDPR, we have to be a bit extra strict than your others when it comes to handling of your data. So everything is a consent based. So you as a user have total your control over what kind of data you want to share with Ally, what kind of data you don't want to share with Ally. So you can always revoke all the consent and see the data that's actually being shared and the data that is not being shared. So it's all very, very sort of consent driven approach to data. The more information that you offer Ally, the more you're personalized. It can offer answers to you, but it's totally up to you how much insights and data that you do actually want to offer Ally. All of this data is never going to be exposed, to parties who don't, need to be exposed to this. So yeah, I think the short answer is that it's all your consent based, your like a data handling, but we of course have a much bigger, legal document on exactly what steps we follow in order to process the data the way we do. There is a lot of questions. I'm going to answer more. There is a question from Yusuf Osman, and Yusuf actually asks a question that's the one he wants to actually ask Ally. He says he's a Star Trek a fan, but as I'm blind, I don't know what this, I don't know what Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D looks like. Can you describe it to me and then describe the difference between it and NCC 1701E? I have no idea what those are. I don't know if Ally will be able to answer it, but we will give it a try. So I'm going to ask Alfred that exact question, and we'll see if Alfred is able to answer that question. Hey, Alfred, are you there?
Understood. I am
Hey,
at your
Alfred.
service.
All right. I have a question here from a Yusuf that I need you to answer. He says that he's a big Star Trek fan, but he wants to, so he wants a description of Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D. So if you can describe exactly what it looks like, and if you can also tell what the difference is between that and NCC 1701E.
Let me take a look.
Go ahead.
Let me take a look.
All right, maybe let's do it one at a time. Can you describe what Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D looks like?
Let me take a look.
Maybe Alfred already probably knows the answer to it. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Starship Enterprise?
Let me take a look.
Okay, so yeah, it's trying to take a picture, trying to be too smart. Okay.
Let me take a look.
All right, it seems to be on a loop. So let me just restart and rephrase my question just a little bit differently.
What time should I
Hey,
start?
Alfred, can you tell me what you know about Starship Enterprise?
Certainly, Master Karthik. The Starship Enterprise is a famed vessel from the Star Trek franchise, known for its mission to explore new worlds and
What do
boldly
you
go.
know specifically about Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D?
The Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D is a Galaxy-class starship in the Star Trek franchise, commanded by Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's known for its advanced technology and diverse crew exploring uncharted space.
Can you describe it in more detail?
Let me take a look.
Goes into this loop again. Can you tell me the difference between that and Starship Enterprise NCC 1701E?
The NCC 1701E, also known as the Enterprise E, is a sovereign-class starship under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard in the Star Trek universe. It succeeded the Enterprise D after its destruction. The starship played a key role in several major events, including battles against the Borg and the Remans.
Cool. Well, now you know. So that's basically a quick demo of asking your Alfred about Starship Enterprise. But yeah, like it has like a general information and a knowledge of your pop culture and other things like that. So yeah, I hope that was helpful to you. Yusuf, there's a question from Jason Bell who asks, will the customers be able to build their own personalities? Yes, 100%. So you have the freedom to create your own personality. So you can be as detailed as like you want it to be in terms of building your personality. Speaking of Star Trek, we do have a beta a user who has the personality of their assistant, like Spock. So he's very direct and you're factual about all the answers that he offers. So yeah, you do have the ability to build the assistants the way that you want to. We do offer a lot of easy sort of customizing option, but yeah, it's basically a canvas that you're free to paint the way you want to.
There's an interesting question by Dan Miner, and he asks, can the ally see my screen on a computer directly when using it? That's a great question, Dan, and I think it is going to be possible for you to share your screen with an ally. What you'll be able to do is, no matter if you're using ally on a phone or on a computer, you can basically go ahead and help you you can use ally to help you navigate websites or apps that are not entirely accessible. So for example, you could just open up your a computer screen or a website and then ask ally to describe it to you. You could maybe hover on specific items on the screen with voiceover or talkback or jaws, and then go ahead and ask ally to help you around navigating these things as well. And eventually this is a prototype that we have also been building within the Envision team as well, is eventually we want ally to be able to do tasks for you on these apps, on these websites, where you can go ahead and ask it to fill up a form for you. Nobody likes doing that, and you can just go ahead and have ally do it for you as well. So that's what we're going to be eventually having this to, but the first step is like at least having ally see your screen and help you navigate through it more easily.
Great. I have one more request from Alfred, from Edward, like a Webbington, who asks, can you ask Alfred to explain eccentric viewing techniques used by some people with central vision loss? Sure. Let me go ahead and ask that of Alfred, and we'll see what he has to say about that. Hey Alfred, are you there?
Understood.
Cool.
Always.
Can you explain eccentric viewing technique that is used by some people with central vision loss?
Certainly, sir. Eccentric viewing involves training oneself to use peripheral vision instead of the impaired central vision to see objects. It requires practice to identify and use the best possible area of remaining vision.
All right, thanks, Alfred. Yeah, so like Edward, I hope that answer was satisfactory. I'm going to start bringing in people into the webinar. So I'm going to start with Rick Hodgkins. I'm going to bring on Rick, and you can unmute yourself, Rick, and you can ask us your question.
Hello there. Thank you. I am actually signing up for the Ally thing right now. Will it be? I don't just want to, as my family says, shoot the bull. I don't want to just shoot the bull. I don't want to have a conversation with it. I want it to help with tasks like when I'm cooking here at home or putting things away. When I'm doing any chores or tasks, I need to know that it'll make sure I'm comfortable and safe. And when I'm traveling in the community, I want it to help me. I want it to help me navigate.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to help me make sure that I can be within the lines when I'm crossing the street, or being able to stay on the sidewalk because many sidewalks cross driveways. I want it to help me make sure that I'm staying on the sidewalk when I cross the driveway. My computer's talking, and so I can't make it stop talking.
No worries, no worries. But like Eric, I totally understand your question, and you'll be able to do all of those things, right? So you can basically ask your ally all of those questions, and it will answer your.
Will it be able to help me find? Will it be able to help me find a specific place I'm going to in the community?
Yes, so you can sort of use it, so as long as like the signs of them are like visible. So it's basically is going to use like a combination of camera and a video feed from your phone or the glasses, and and help you navigate. As long as there is a possibility of doing that just with help of your visuals or that is around you, it will totally be able to help you do that.
Custom. Can I call you later? Button. Waiting.
And there's a few things that you can do, right? So you can either just start a conversation with Ally and just ask it the question that you're looking for, or you can also, if there is a few kinds of a question that you always ask your ally, right? So for example, if you always ask your ally about to like tell you what's safe a navigation a path ahead of you, so that's maybe a recurring question. You can also very easily build shortcuts within ally. So you can just with a tap of a button just have ally immediately take a picture and just answer that specific question for you. So you don't have to ask a question again and again. If you have such a question that are like a recurring that you always ask, you can actually just build a shortcut with that recurring question, and then you just need to hit a button and then it will automatically answer.
Okay, well, this takes practice. This takes practice. So you're cramming in a bunch of information at one time, and I can't take it all. In addition, I have other cognitive and developmental problems besides being blind. Being blind in my case is developmental because I was born with it, but I lost more vision because of hormonal and metabolic problems. Everything I have wrong stems from a neurological disorder, and I can't take in much information at once. So I will have to practice with it.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah. No worries, Rick. We totally understand. We will be sending you a bunch of information in writing as well. The idea behind Ally is to make it as easy to use as possible. So yeah, like I think that's why we have made it so you're customizable so that everybody can use it the way that they want to. So it truly is a personal assistant and just not a general assistant.
Right. So it'll be better than what we had before. And for the record, I basically added the recent software updates as I was listening to this.
Perfect. Awesome, Rick. Thank you so much for your questions, and
You're welcome.
we wish you a good day.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring on Scott Joffrey on the panel. Scott, you can unmute yourself and ask us your question.
Hello.
Hey, Scott.
How are you today?
We're doing good. Scott, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited for the Alley app. I know I've been, doing follow-ups with you guys, bugging you guys every week, really wanting to test this out. So I'm really looking forward to it. I do have one question for you guys and then one question for the assistant just to kind of play around with it. My question for you guys is this coming to the Meta glasses? I heard you guys were partnering with them. I don't know how true that is. That's just what I've heard. Um, could you like kind of say what is coming if you guys are partnering with them?
We're definitely partnering with a Meta in a few different ways, and there's a few things that we already are doing. So the partnership that
Okay.
we can currently publicly talk about is the partnership on the AI front, where we're
Okay.
using a lot of early Llama sort of code base in order to like power a lot of this super snappy AI that you're able to like listen to on Ally. So that's the partnership that is like public. There's a whole bunch of things that's still happening which we unfortunately can't publicly talk about just yet.
Uh,
But there's exciting stuff on the horizon, and we will definitely speak about it as soon as we can. But yeah, there is several parallel talks of partnership that's currently happening.
well, if this app does come to the glasses, I don't know if it is, but I would love to try this out, really. It's a huge step to, helping blind people and stuff, and I'm really loving it. Loving the demos.
Thanks, Scott.
Um, you're welcome. So I'm not really sure what to ask the assistant. Let's just go. Can you give me just ask the assistant, can you give me latest news about the new Apple Intelligent features?
Cool. Let's ask that to your Dali, and we'll see what Dali has to say.
I'm very curious if it will do recent information. So, yeah, I know this one that we're testing right now doesn't. So I'm really looking forward to if it does. We'll see.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try one more time. Yeah, it's always the case with live demos, right? So you're
Yeah, I was doing an interview with someone
Mhm.
with the Ally app, and I was trying to do the demo of like the voice mode. It wasn't working that well, and then I finally got it to do the picture after like 3 to 4 tries, and it was like chopping up the English into like it was just like chopping it all up into like one word. It was hard to understand what it was saying.
But
So
they
there's a
should
lot of tests with it, you know.
seem to be having some error with it. One second. I'm just gonna try one more time. If not, we're gonna go back to the butler.
I broke the app.
It was all fine, and then you come
And then I
along,
broke it. Yep. And then
you
I
ask
break it.
about Apple Intelligence, and then she doesn't want to talk anymore. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Let me take a look.
Okay, hold on. She's here. So I'm here in a webinar, and one of the folks here want to know about the latest Apple Intelligence features. What can you tell me about the Apple Intelligence features?
Apple Intelligence features, huh? Well, my friend, they've got Siri trying its best to pretend it's smarter than your average Italian comedian. It's like giving a parrot a thesaurus. Sounds fancy, but still repeats stuff. They've got fancy bits,
Oh,
Apple and their intelligence features, eh? Those sneaky bastards are always cooking up something. You've got Siri. who's always trying to overhear your late night conversations. It's gotten smarter, but it won't replace your mom's nagging just yet. Then there's the Face ID, which can recognize you faster than your spouse forgetting anniversaries. And don't forget about those fancy photo enhancements that make even a turd look like the Mona Lisa. Apple is making everything smarter just to make us feel like bigger idiots. So stay sharp, eh?
All right. Okay. So
That was
I mean,
awesome.
yeah, and the best part
That
is you
was
can actually
awesome.
go ahead and like and customize this as much as you want, like we were talking about,
Yeah.
and it just brings its own take on everything. It's
I
like
mean, I've been doing mine with the Rude Comedian, and everyone's loved it. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" And I went to a recent convention for an NFB, and I got to showcase it to some people, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to try this when it comes out." So I'm really happy to be a part of the team and test this out. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. And the best part is, I saw this as a question as well. Someone asked if we could import, allies, or, would people be able to share them and stuff like that. And that's actually one of the things that we would be working on is just people being able to create these allies and then just share them with the rest of the community, right? So if you
That
like
is
my
so
Dali,
cool. That is so cool.
I'm just going to make Dali like you can have like public and private allies, of course, right? And you can
Yeah.
basically create an ally, and if people like it, you can just share it with the community, and anyone can just go ahead and have as many allies as they want. So you could use an ally when you go to the church, so it doesn't use all the swear words, and then you could go ahead use a ally when you go hanging out with your friends, so it doesn't sound like a boomer. So you can mix and match as much as you like.
So does that mean like will you guys have like a community tab where you can like just scroll through and see the different alleys that people have posted?
Yeah, eventually, yes. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit more simple. We're going to try and scale this up slowly, but yes, we'll soon have like a
Um,
community of allies that you can pick from.
cool. One more thing, and I'm not trying to keep everyone's time. I'm sure other people want to talk, but are you gonna be able to get like the alley to sing or something? Like if you asked it to sing like rap for you or beatbox for you, like will it do it?
Yep, it will.
Really?
Yeah, eventually, yes.
That
Not
is so cool.
Yeah. You could go ahead and ask it to sing, beatbox, do whatever you want it to do. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Hopefully you get it soon and try it.
All right.
Awesome, Scotty. Thank you so much for
You're
your question.
welcome.
Yes, we wish you a good day.
Yep, I hope you have a great day too.
Cool. All right. More question. We're gonna bring on Jose Quintanilla to the panel. Jose, you can unmute yourself and ask us your question. Jose, you can unmute yourself and ask us your question. Okay, as Jose is figuring that out, let me go and answer a few more of the question. There's a question from Oleg Monica who asks, so how would I activate my ally when it is on my Envision glasses? Do I have to go to a certain part of the menu or double tap, or can it be anywhere, as in describe scene or text reading? So the idea is that we'll have Ally as a standalone a feature to begin with. So once you open that feature, you can just start talking to Ally and just ask all the questions. So that's how we will have in the first iteration of it. Eventually, we will sort of want to evolve Ally as the main interface in the glasses. So you can ask Ally to open other features also for you. So you can ask Ally to scan text for or you can ask Ally to recognize like a banknote for you, and it will open that specific a feature and give you the answer to a question that you're looking for. So that's how we would eventually want to evolve Ally into as the central interface for you to use the glasses. But yeah, in the beginning, Ally will be a standalone, a feature that you can just set up top in the menu of the glasses, and then you can just start interacting with it and ask all the questions. Okay,
I
and
I I think I got unmuted. Can you hear me, Karthik?
yes, Jose, we can hear you. How are you doing?
Good. My main question is, well, I have two questions, but the first one is, what would you say the main difference is between this ally feature and something like Meta AI or the Apple Intelligence?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there is so stuff like Meta AI or your Chat GPT or your Claude. They're all very they are very a general AI. So the main difference with Ally and that is that our Ally is more personal, where it sort of understands information about you a bit more personally. You can offer it as much information about you as you want. You can integrate other applications that you use, like the calendar app, and it can sort of use all of that information to give you more of a personalized answer, as opposed to the other more a general AI that is out there. And the other big advantage is the fact that it's available across all of your devices. So it sort of takes that information that you have, and you can access that across like your glasses, your phone, the web. So anywhere that you want to activate your Ally, it's just going to be the assistant that's going to be available across all of your devices.
Okay. And my second question is, when, for instance, if I'm using the ally feature, will I be asking it, will that be used to train other AIs or will it stay to just my device?
So there will be an like a sort of like an opt-in a process where if you like want to, you can opt in to share your information anonymously in order for us to improve this AI. We sort of ask that of all of our users, if they do want to just share their data with us, so that we can use that to train and improve our AI over time. So you opt in to do that, but by your default you're opted out. So if you're opted out, then your like data is never stored or you're shared anywhere. But if you do choose to opt in, then we do you hold on to your data for a specific a period of time in order to use it to train our AI.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Jose, thank you for your questions, and I hope you have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Then I am going to go and answer a few more questions. There's a question from Jim Hamilton, who asks, how do we request to be a part of the beta for Ally function? Jim, you can go to your ally.me, that's the website. So it's ALLY.me. And when you go there, there will be a form that you will find there that you can fill out, and you will be enrolled in the wait list of like the beta. We are just sending out invites in batches, so it might take a couple of weeks if you're applying for it just now, but you will have the invite as your number comes around on the wait list. So that's the process of getting the Ally right now. There is a question from Alexander who asks, will this be available on computers, and if so, will it work with different screen readers? Yes, the idea is to build a web version to begin with, and we will of course make sure it's 100% accessible to all the screen readers out there. So that is something that we will have as and when we are able to push it out.
I think there's one from Anexis Matos that's also quite interesting. He asks, can it read inaccessible PDF documents? So Annexus, just like how the Envision app and the Envision glasses are really good at reading text, Ally also has the same functionality, in fact, even better. So with Ally, you'd be able to import, all PDFs regardless of whether they're accessible, inaccessible. You could import PPTs, you could import all types of documents into Ally, and Ally can make them more accessible for you. In fact, instead of just, reading out the text to you, you can just jump right into it and ask, specific questions, ask it to give you a summary, even go ahead and send you a summary via, to your email, or just export the text from the Ally app or on the phone or the glasses, over to some other place, so you can go ahead and read them later on as well. And Ally is going to not just be able to read text, but it's also going to be able to answer questions about any figures, tables, charts, images that are present in this information, or in these documents. And you can go ahead and ask questions about anything related to these documents. So yes, Ally will be able to read, and it will be able to read everything that's on the page and answer questions over to you. I think that was a good one.
All right. Let me bring in like a Kevin Chow who has a raised hand. Hi, Kevin. Can you unmute yourself and ask us your question?
Hey Karthik, yeah, great presentation. Excited about Ally. I was curious about I posted my question in chat as well, but I'm curious about transit kind of information. If they can look up if Ally could like tell me from the MacArthur BART station when the next San Francisco train leaves. And then my second one is could it book like airfare, for example, like tell me when the available flights are, or help me book a flight from San Francisco to Shreveport.
Yeah, I think that is eventually the goal, Kevin, that it should be able to access all of this different piece of information on the web and give it to you. It's probably not going to happen in a V1 that we will push to public first. But then the idea is to just slowly offer it your more a contextual data based on the city that you live in and like a region that you live in, right? So for example, if you live in a San Francisco, then we will sort of like have the Ally for the users in SF, you'll be able to access your bot schedules in a real time, with an API, so that you can ask stuff like, hey, or when is the next train to a particular station. So that is eventually the goal. And the goal will also be to allow Ally to take actions on your behalf. In the beginning, in a V1, Ally will be a read-only tool, so it can mainly read from your agenda. It can read from like the web and and the APIs. But eventually, the idea would be to also enable Ally to take actions on your behalf, like booking an Uber for you, or booking a flight ticket for you, or making a calendar invite for you, or sending out an email. The idea would be to evolve Ally as a true assistant, where in addition to just giving you information, it's also able to take actions on your behalf.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. I am going to bring in Joe Marks to the panel. Joe, you can unmute yourself and ask us your question.
Good afternoon. This is really interesting. I first want to say I just purchased my Envision glasses. I just got them. I'm very excited to get started. I'm also signed up and been reached out to be a beta tester for this, so I'm excited about that. So when I get the green light to become beta tester, I'll be able to access it whether it's the phone, glasses, or web.
Yes, you will be able to access it on all three of the platforms. But it will probably not all happen at the same time. We will have the phone first, so we'll have the iOS and Android, be available immediately, and then the glasses, and then the web. So it should happen over the span of October. So October is the big your month for us to start, like shipping stuff. But yeah, it won't happen all at once, but it will happen in a gradual way.
So my next question has to do with something that's been brought up to me about the Envision glasses and especially about Ally as it gets starts to get rolled out, especially with the Envision glasses itself. If I'm walking down the street and Kartik mentioned this earlier about that it would have to be something within a line of sight or within the camera or video or picture. Um, would Ally or the Envision glasses ever be able to have kind of a continuous stream of consciousness as far as like if I wanted to have Ally keep an eye out while I'm walking down the street for a Dunkin' Donuts? Would it be able to tell me as I approach that Dunkin' Donuts without prompt that it's coming up, it's on my right hand side, and it's about 800 feet or so away from me? Would there be ever a point down the road where there's with Ally and the Envision glasses that there's a more of a stream of consciousness that not just, an ask a question and a prompt?
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. You're like a question, Joe. So you're technically speaking, that is doable, right? It's mainly a camera, your feed that's going to sort of constantly process visuals, and we just ask it a question if it sees a Dunkin', a donuts in the image or not. And only when the answer is in the affirmative, we can inform you that hey, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. It's approximately X feet away. So technically, it is doable. I think the bottleneck here will come mainly from like a battery standpoint, right? Because if you are going to you actually have your camera active and also have your video stream constantly be like processed, that is going to take a toll on your battery, whether you're on the glasses or on your phone. So I think that's where like the feasibility of it might not be as good in practice, because even though technically it should be able to do it, it will have the detrimental effect on the battery, of your phone. I think we will definitely allow people to do it. I think we will build a version where you can technically do it. So it's up to you. If you are like are looking for something very urgent and you're okay with the battery being depleted, you can make the choice to do that. But yeah, technically speaking, it is doable as long as you're okay with the downsides on the battery.
And finally, Kartik brought up a question. I'm an educator, and I don't have any sight. And one of the things that I think really could help, especially with the PPTs, um, and I know I'm butchering the terminology because it's not this, but when it comes down to images or graphics that may be on the individual slides, having like image descriptions, would I be able to, if there wasn't if there weren't image descriptions in there prior, and I received like the PowerPoint from someone else and they didn't put any of those image descriptions in prior, but I wanted to have them. Um, would my ally be able to create those image descriptions within the PowerPoint? Like insert them.
Okay, so you mean to say like, so what essentially we can also do with Ally is, let's say you give it like an inaccessible document like a PPT, right? Like you said, the PPT contains images, probably contains some charts, some figures, some tables. We can create accessible PDFs of them, right? So those PDFs will probably have like image description. So in the latest PDF versions, you can actually embed alt text for images. So if you are trying to read them, on a screen reader or with a screen reader, it will speak out those descriptions to you. So that is possible. So one of the things that we will be building is, just generally taking inaccessible material and then creating like accessible PDFs out of them that you can refer to later. This is a feature that's already there in the Envision app, so if you import, for example, a PDF that is an image PDF, it's scanned stuff, you can go ahead and then import it into the Envision app and then export it as an accessible PDF already. And that's exactly what we would do with Ally, but then just imagine any type of document you throw at it.
Okay, so like any images that would be on the
Yeah.
PowerPoint. Okay.
Yeah, any images, not just images, I'm talking about charts, figures, tables,
Right.
any of that stuff, and just go ahead and give you like an accessible version of it.
Okay, because there's a lot of stuff that I deal with from the city of Philadelphia and stuff like that that have to do with charts, and when they put it in a PowerPoint or a PDF as a PowerPoint, it sometimes the JAWS doesn't read it because it just seems like a total kind of document. It's inaccessible. And so if I'm able to get like Allied to be able to do that for me, then it kind of cuts down on anything else that I have to do, like extra work that I would have to do.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something that will be possible with Ally very soon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right, Joe. Thank you so much. Um, we are 5 minutes beyond the hour, so I think we will have to bring this webinar to a close. I do still see a lot of raised hand and a lot of unanswered Q&A. We will be answering all of them. We will be just sending up a follow-up your email with as much information as we can. But if you have a question that's burning and that has not been answered already, please you write to us at support@letsenvision.com, and we will answer each and every email that we get as quickly as possible. We just we would like to thank all of you for your excitement and for your attendance. Ally will be coming to your app, to your glasses, and to the web very shortly. So just be a little more like patient with us before you have it in your hand. We just want to make sure it's safe and scalable before we launch it out into the world. So it's on its way, and we cannot wait for all of you to start playing around with it and seeing all the examples and use cases that I'm very sure all of you will unlock with it. With that, I wish you all a great day ahead, and we'll be in touch. That is Karthik, and Vanessa from Envision signing off, and see you on the other side.
With our allies.
With our allies, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Tell your friends about allies as well and ask them to sign up for the beta.
Yeah, I will. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.